hustle.
Yeah.
What will make us really bring us come this table today? What we want to buy? The one way they call majorly. Now the effects of this fuel price increase, and we want to talk about. What will be your own experience? How it affects you, your work, and your workers?
Yes, I think this is a very wonderful topic. You know, most of the times we look at, sometimes people say, what have fuel increase have to do with unemployment, poverty, and health? Is the major key thing that government of every nation must look into. And in another way, you look at this fuel increase, not just Nigeria matter. Now the world matter, global. Every country of the world is facing it, except those that are refining their fuel on their own, or maybe their crude oil. What did they happen for Ukraine and Russia? Sometimes I get worried. What is happening to Ukraine and Russia? Can they affect me here? Where they look at when they extract the oil, push, carry, go out there. And I have more than how many refineries that I think billions of dollars or pounds have been used in maybe refurbishing or maybe fabricating new materials and the rest of it. Those things tend to affect a common man. The high rate of unemployment in Nigeria is as the cause of this small thing where we talk now. This fuel matter. The high cost of poverty is also, these are the effect of what affect a common man. And with now that thing now can translate, as we both on the top, go affect the talk of bandit, talk of Boko Haram, talk of cultism, and the one that they say the other Nigerian will legalize them. Now him be that Yahoo, where boys everybody now don't come to.
Oh, no crime.
So you see, that is the effect of this. As I am talking to you now, I'm buying diesel every day because the light I not see. Where it will even help me. And I buy diesel every day to fuel the generator where they take help me to produce waiting the bushman or bushmen and bushwomen are producing in the forest, transporting it, paying high cost of transportation, bringing down. If I increase my price now, people will talk say this man don't add money to his price. But now this fuel matter where they don't take them serious. The truth there is this: there is no how we can solve this Nigerian problem without this common issue. Before they talk say illegal refinery. That time when they talk illegal refinery, we have a lot of fuel in circulation. If the one will go come from outside to not come, the illegal one will give me. Go see even black marketers where they sell fuel for gallon, like the way they so. Sometimes when they do that one because no work to do. Police go arrest them, soldier go beat them, and the rest. I said, leave these people. If they beat them, provide the fuel in filling station. If I have fuel in filling station where I go buy at cheaper price, or maybe even at the normal price that I think is supposed to be, if I get them, what will make me go patronize the person where they carry gallon? He's looking for food to eat. So there are some minor things that have been neglected that have caused us to where we are today.
But the way you got take it serious now, come on, they make tension on the whole people. You will not be common man.
How you go say I not be common man?
Hey, you not be common man. You don't pass common man.
Get people what we
how
masses.
You own your own personal. You don't talk and say diesel. I mean, when you buy every day. So now that diesel.
Now he can change everything
for your own place of.
Not be only my own, because waiting at the do. You see, waiting at the do now. Whether we like it or believe it or not, in this country, everybody they take waiting at the produce from forest. You as today, whether you like it or not, you must go to hospital, and you must take the drugs. These drugs that we are taking, these are part of what have been exported. And then Oyinboman don't turn them to drug, produce and bring them here. High cost of maybe flight and the rest of it, or maybe exportation, or maybe let me say exportation or shipping raw materials for industrial productions have everything to affect the entire life. Can even cause entire poverty, which will lead to total health dysfunction. These are the major things that is really killing Nigeria. And if you don't take this, let me tell you, the way we are going, it's only God that they have been helping us, and I know God will continue.
According to what you talk about, getting fuel where they refine, like if you don't get them, if you don't get those ones, the ones where we they get from
illegal.
So if we say some like all these banditries, I think they call them, where they commit crime.
Yes.
All these kind of things when they do, when they say that they break some pipeline. So it means say it follow the effect, Abi.
How you know go affect? Let me tell you. You see, there are as we are exporting this fuel, you know, you are shipping the whole money out there. And anything affect dollar, you see the way Nigerian naira will be. So that thing take affect them in the sense that because waiting they're supposed to do, where government supposed to set up structures, these structures supposed to engage this youth without putting their mind to that illegal bunkering or maybe breaking of pipe, siphoning fuel. You know,
because I know say security they there. Security for those pipeline them.
Let me
security they there because those security they there when those kind things they happen.
What insecurity go do when you have 1,000 people where they feel hungry? One security go carry gun go stay there.
No be one person.
You know go sleep.
This that kind of thing no be one person. They get people who security.
How many security can you deploy to all the pipelines where we dey for this country? Can you put security in the whole pipeline from maybe from as pipe go Kaduna from Lagos?
That is all security men go come off for street. We don't see them again.
So you don't see them.
Anyway, so because the thing be
that matter, you know, it get long the discussion. Not be just a small thing where we go to talk here 1 hour.
For 1 hour.
Me, 10 hours self, I go sit down here. We go talk.
I make you be doctor. I make you be doctor.
Doctor, push doctor.
So you know all the things where we talk now. Say when for not day, if they get as it they be. Waiting, they really concern because we know say. Government they make sure say for a day. Wetin dey be the thing wey you come be say na im dey make this thing dey happen.
You see, the truth is this no refinery wey Nigeria no get. Or they talk say maybe you know before as I talked earlier, illegal refinery.
But Nigeria get a refinery now because they are not dey function. For
Nigeria get refinery. How many barrels can you?
E dey for down. E never dey function well.
E dey for down. The one wey we dey import after we export the main one go give out Oyibo one.
Yes, the crude.
Oyibo one go refine am, and e still cut plenty money. The small one wey e send, wey we still carry am bring the fuel back. Where the fuel reach? How many are we generating from there?
Or it's more we look at wetin the thing. More we ask you now. What do you think will be the cause of this?
The cause is just corruption.
Okay.
One of the major causes is corruption.
Okay. For masses side.
And for government side, not be masses.
Okay,
you know me sometimes if I talk, people they look me say sometimes I talk I know they look person face. Me na waiting they pen me because I'm always in the bush there.
Then it can be country matter now. Something wey be say now waiting where people they feel.
So somebody
they discuss now.
I was talking to one of my brothers some times ago. He told me he said he's among those ones who go destroy Nigerian refinery.
Him.
I say my brother come. How comes you take say you way I know say you know be engineer, you know be he said their company where they work before. This is about around 2001. He said they will go connive inside there. They will remove say this thing where they go buy today. The thing go spoil, or maybe waiting the fix they come spoil. They come carry and give them. Make their company go repair them. Their company go carry the thing, go refurbish them, repent them and change them and bring them back. They give those people where they work inside there. Give them money, say take your own, you take your own, you take your own. They go paint that thing, come bring them inside again, fix them inside the machine again. How can you expect this refinery to work? So these are part of corruptions that have totally dealt with us. So if structures have been totally or maybe have been put in place for everybody to see that yes, I am like I'm in my bush now, I'm working and I have a project, youth are there working for me and they are getting what belongs to them. What will make them to go out looking for how to spoil waiting will help them, give them money? But because maybe government no gree allow me to do am free of the way I supposed to do. They no give any support to help me to export the thing. So that as I export am, since we don't get the main machine we're supposed to do wetin we go do or refine am fully, we take am there, they go still put their high price, bringing it back. All this one go say wetin they supposed to do for 10 naira, they go say na 1,000 naira. You pay the 1,000 wey suppose maybe 100 naira supposed to take care of 10 people. You go put am 1,000 naira, and this 1,000 na 100 people. Only one person carry the money go hide, and he allow the thing wey we supposed to do here, the thing no come do, the thing no come happen.
In that case,
and now it go affect.
No be na small people wey dey work under government dey do this thing. Na
That's
small people, no be so.
Small,
But government suppose dey hold those people responsible for this kind thing wey dey happen.
My sister, you know sometimes if I talk, people go dey ask me whether I don reach house abi I no reach house, because they look say anytime wey I dey talk, I dey always like to talk my mind. Wetin dey worry me?
Na your mind.
Because
you know, if talk my own mind.
The thing dey affect
Na
us
your
so
own
much,
mind.
because
Because
when we dey talk common man, no be ordinary common man wey dey there. My brother wey he dey work for that company, he's just an ordinary staff on the ground wey dey ask am make you go collect this paper, and he know say their company no do am. So him company na him be the oga for the company. The oga for the company know the oga for the NNPC. The oga for the NNPC, he know the staff wey dey. He know whether this thing wey they bring dey good abi e no dey good. E dey whether they refine, whether e dey genuine. So anybody who supposed to be oga, you supposed to be at least you have a sound mind to detect. No, I can't be.
If you not know,
Well, my brother, let me tell you, if one something.
You know why I talk so.
Sometimes you go blame government, because
You
the
know why I
government
talk
wey
so.
we dey talk about now, all those big ones wey dey, because this one na small, just like small person wey dey work under.
You think say wetin they do there?
See, why I dey tell you,
You know make me and you wey dey here do
Doctor,
wetin
see
we
wetin I dey tell you. Wetin I dey tell you be say some
We dey do our work here now.
Sabi come talk. You know, I hear them talk say they go do one investigation. The MD no know, na hospital dem go. Say the man no know, as people
Because
not stay
sometimes
dey
they no
carry
go
drugs,
know.
they put for inside their locker. You understand? But then oga dey there, you no even know say.
That mean the oga no dey do him work.
How you go take know?
Anyway, may we continue our talk. May
This
we leave that one. Okay, the thing be say, which other thing fit make us dey experience scarcity? Because now you don talk of government. May we talk about
Wetin dey make am
you
when we dey experience scarcity.
Yes.
You see, my brother.
Because if you go
You know
road,
before.
you go see people with gallon. Some of them
Yes.
go dey front of petrol station.
The truth is
And
you
then
know,
they sell am.
in a country we have a lot of policies and programs of government that
You go
if
take
we
am, you go
follow
bring am come down
those
small.
those
No
ones
go fit
one
understand.
step after another, we won't have this. For example, now let me use my own project.
Doctor.
No,
Our
Moringa.
language we want to use.
Let me use myself. Wetin I dey do na only production of cultivation of moringa. People dey help me cultivate the bring, and government no gree even help me with 1 kobo. I dey struggle. Initially they dey look at me say I dey do illegal business because they say moringa is not in the list of agricultural product wey supposed to benefit. Up to now, up to date as I'm talking to you, some ministries don block am. Federal government even block am, say they no go give me. So and wetin I do, they dey look me say, they dey hear me.
But you get license.
Yeah?
They give you license.
You know how I take get my
But you
license?
get am now.
I get my license to export. So
to operate.
why you go give me license make I operate?
Okay, make you
And
find
the
out.
something wey you know say supposed to help the people wey dey there, they so give me raw material, make I dey export this raw material. You no gree give me.
We'll come back to
This
petrol.
one you no just do am. So I'm bringing
The
this
thing wey fit
example.
other thing wey fit cause am, this scarcity.
That is what I'm talking now. So you no gree me work to get the full license or to get the support. You can't block me in so many ways where I no fit access something wey go help me. Now it's just the same thing that apply to this fuel. There are people that are there. They call them illegal refiner. Being people where they have illegal refinery.
Where they do am for back.
Where they do am for backdoor. You know, say somebody they do something for backdoor. Where if they bring that thing out, they help. If there are maybe high cost of importations of fuel there, this one where you do it on illegally, if they supply to people around there, and people they buy am, they go waka they go. They know here say their engine knock. They know here say their motor stop for us.
You no consign them.
You know consign that. Even you know they work. I never see that one. So now the first time in history why I hear say engine motor knock where they import bad fuel. So let me tell you, so coming down on this aspect, these people when say that they do illegal refining and they have the capacity, somebody is doing something illegally on small capacity and is still giving you fuel. Instead of you to call the person and say, oh my brother, you don't save us a lot. This illegal refinery way to do, you can't make us the get fuel. And with the people they around, they use them, and there's no problem. What it takes, let's see how me as a government I go there and say, okay, the way you do this thing, as a single man, and you take the achieve, the producer. What stops me as a reasonable person that love my people and love my country, that knows that with this, it will help my youth to have something doing? What stop me supporting you and say, okay, what and what do I need to add to you to make this thing stand? So that at least if I have 20 or 50 people where they do that one small, you don't pass waiting we're supposed to import coming. We will discover that the money will be in circulation within ourselves here, and the extract, those ones that we can't refine. Anyone who want buy, make it carry the remaining crude or the extract we will not go feed, make it carry and go do that one.
And that's illegal refinery. They work. They spoil engine. They spoil anything.
I never hear.
Generator.
My sister, I never hear
say. Some people don't. Some people they.
Except the one where they mix sell black market for road, they carry kerosene. That time we kerosene they cheap. Kerosene now na 1,000 plus. A common man can he afford to buy kerosene for 1,000 plus?
Wetin me just do say the thing be say nothing wey dey come from 51 49 33 24 070 51 49 33 24 070 51 49 33 24. Make una call.
You look at all these kind of things that is happening.
But some of us, we see if they buy gas, though they go up, go up.
Other radio station cannot switch on so that people can hear what
they are because of this. Go put the price for everywhere now, and as they do before, they go carry this regular go carry those places where they sell fuel pump price very low. Government go send people who go they check the filling stations.
The work of TPR. That woman don't first talk am. Authority license, abi.
Where CBN they talk say they want to generate $200 billion in 3 years. I ask them because they say what makes them bring that summit. They say they will go outside. Those Weibo people, they tell them say what we go do with this Africa, no what we go do for these Africans again. He say when he hear that thing about 5 years ago, he say he mind tell them say we don't do wahala. How can we have a country that all the resources and fuel that have been extracted, exported, revenue and money have been generated? I was talking to somebody before I come in. The man says when they pump, let's say for example, 100 liters of diesel before it gets to the station where they're supposed to move, he said only 20 go reach there. Where they ate to waka? Na for road.
Tell us now. Tell us how. Which kind of road? Is
road? He said he was just wondering. So make I come back to this CBN. Now the governor, CBN governor say, in waka, in reach, the second person come talk. The vice president of the country come talk the same thing. Say, what we go do with this Africa? And then the president come back again. Say, what we go do with this Africa? He said, now there in sense come back say, this country. All this money they collect, this grant and the rest of it, what they give Africans, you see all of them now begin to cut down. They come like the way they come before. I say I'm praying, I'm fasting, I'm praying God every day, make it totally destroy that links totally.
Because they give them for school, inside university itself, then they give them that grant.
So when we go start to give them also,
when are we going to give those people what they give us? These people what they give us, raw material, where we're supposed to do well in our agriculture here, export this raw extract of plants and other vegetables that God has blessed us with all the good weather and the best land to them, so that cost of production will be lower, generating all these biodiesels and biofuel and the rest of it. It will come down, and then people, a lot of technology and so many things will work. We cannot even help our common children or citizens or unemployed youth to get a better agricultural programs and policies on ground that will help this youth. and every day we are talking kill youth, buy import arms, budget for the purchase of arms, expand correctional centers and being a prison, may they bring in more youth where they commit crime. Why you not carry that money, stabilize them? I have program on ground. So many Oyibo people are coming down. I have a challenge that I think I have regretted, but every time I always thank God. I regretted
Okay,
being
you
in
don't
Nigeria.
vex, you don't vex. You don't say person vex, you can speak grammar.
Sorry. So
when there
what
is
we are
life,
talking,
when there is life, there is hope.
yeah, exactly. So what we are
If we
trying
are
to say
alive
is
today,
this.
we go thank God.
When
so
you
that
say
we
you
will
might
know say
come down,
we attend to the matter we
say
do as it
this is how we are going to do. You now say, I now look at it and say, okay, in the agriculture, where they're supposed to help for the export, not only crude oil that Nigerians are exporting, but other agricultural produce, which is supposed to deliver to those companies or factories out there. And then they will be also be happy giving you grants that will help you stabilize your economy. And then this. Okay. The truth is this, we must get a right-minded individuals or let me say presidents or maybe in every organization. You must have a right-minded and right-thinking people that have a passion that this man, if anything happen, if they follow back to a village, they will see saying brothers, if you see say you know if you waka go back in village, you know say tomorrow you go do the right thing. So those things, that is why this 2023 election get your PVC. Let's see how we could analyze people where they come up. This man?
You know, side,
yes.
Because of the masses side.
They are the one.
Talk of unemployment, we talk of poverty.
You see me, I'm at the day angry every day because I day inside this Abuja. The presidency have gone to my factory, have seen. This is the only factory in the whole of Africa, the biggest moringa factory, no matter how small it is, but it's the biggest moringa factory. And I have never received one kobo. Rice where they give billions of dollars cannot give somebody a standing ground. And then we are talking, now all the drugs we are taking is part of what we are exporting. So if we don't have the right-minded government that will now look at what we are doing, now see how can this thing affect the life of the youth there, then it will affect them. Then this fuel matter, this way they talk, all this one, everything will just get silent because everybody is engaged in his various community, and then he's working, he's generating money from the agriculture, from the grounds there. And then you will discover that anything, any minimal amount that is coming doesn't have anything
enough for everybody. Anyway, now here we go. End this matter on Top Country Matter today. We thank you very, very much, Dr. Mike Ashimashiga. We can follow us for the matter today. We also want to thank all the people who call us. We put mouth for the matter today. Our studio manager today now, Abdul Tijani with you. Engineer now, Moko Adefemi. If you want to make we help you sell your market, I mean, you want to sponsor this program, you feel come see the producer for programs office, ground floor, Radio House, Area 10, Gariki, Abuja, or you call 0802 36992 84 0802 36992 84. I go see you again next week. Until that time.
My name is Chinonye Obi Kolo. Come in Pete.
Okay.
Next Saturday, you go rub body
come again. My name is Lucky Omonowa. I'm for the program. Now, Papa No Tension. Now, be my name. Now, do. And the next program will they come up? Now, Sport Spectacular. I'm Agnes.
How you doing? Nothing they shall.
Nothing they happen.
Well done.
Yes, so our girls, they try, Abby.
They try. Even though they know win, they try.
But it's 9 times, not the morning.